Okay, we are coming to you live from, look at that, Bank of America, folks. I do some banking with them, and this is a report or an update, whatever you want to call it, an informative video on, wait for it, the Oklahoma Self-Defense Act and banking. Bottom line up front, people have been asking, can you take a gun into a bank? And here in Oklahoma, the answer is yes, you can. So basically, I just came from the lobby here. I thought I would be a people person for a change to deposit a check. And that was my plan. Instead of going through the drive-thru and using the ATM as I normally would, I again decided to go inside to conduct my transaction. Conceal carrying, because that's my preference. You know, why show it? I'm more of a fan for the element of surprise. It's nobody's business. Why make a big deal out of it? But under the terms of the Oklahoma Self-Defense Act, this is not a statutorily prohibited location. So if you want to carry openly or concealed, it is perfectly legal to do so. Now, I know people are saying, well, it's a bank. That's terrible. I can't believe you can do that. Again, unless we are talking about a statutorily prohibited location, you are allowed to carry in these places, and a bank is not on that list of such locations. With that being said, people ask the next question, well, what if the bank has a no gun sign on the door? Well, at this particular branch of Bank of Oklahoma, they do not have such a sign. But even if they did, no gun signs in Oklahoma are not legally binding. They are not backed by force of law. What does that mean? That means if the people in the bank see that you are carrying a gun because either you are open carrying or you're concealed and they figure it out, they have to ask you to leave. And you either comply, no foul, no harm, or you don't comply. You know, you're being stubborn about it. My rights, I got a right, Second Amendment, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you do that, you are trespassing and the police will come and they will take you away. Now, if they tell you to leave the premises, to leave the property, what does that mean? In a bank location like this, take a look at the parking lot. All of this is their property. All of this is their premises. So that means if they ask you to leave, that means leave the building. Do not be inside the building. Get in your car, go away. I know people are going to say, but the Oklahoma Self-Defense Act says that I can have my gun stored in my vehicle in a parking lot as long as it's out of sight and secured. Yes, that is true. But if you are not welcome on the premises, you are still trespassing if you sit in your car in their parking lot. Now, if that has not happened, if you have not been asked to leave, if you want to open carry, if you want to walk around in their parking lot with a rifle, a shotgun, or any other thing that is authorized under the Oklahoma Self-Defense Act, you are perfectly legal to do so until, unless and until some living human representing the property, in this case, the bank, asks you to leave. Now, of course, some people would say, well, why would you even want to carry a gun at a bank? Well, I don't know about you folks, but maybe you haven't heard this, but banks get robbed. And not just banks, any place with money. We're here in, Yukon, Oklahoma. Last night, a 7-Eleven was robbed, resulting in the death of a person. One man was found dead in front of the building by Oklahoma City police. This resulted in the police finding the suspect in a neighborhood, at a house less than 2 miles away, resulting in a shootout with this guy. Left the suspect no longer alive, biologically inert, dead, killed, done. Who wants to be in that type of scenario? Can you imagine if you were at that 7-Eleven or while it was being robbed and you were defenseless? Always better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. If you're in such a situation, by all means, if you can get up and get out safely, do so. But if you are faced, if your back is to the wall and you are faced a self-defense scenario, by all means, put 2 in him, reassess. Next thing you need to do, call 911. Whoever answers the phone, tell them that you have been the victim of a crime. Tell them your location, request police and an ambulance, then hang up the phone. And hopefully you're a member of US Law Shield or USCCA or some other similar program, and your next phone call should be to your program attorney. Tell them exactly what happened, what you had to do. Wait for them to arrive, wait for the police to arrive, identify yourself to the police, and then shut the hell up. Let your lawyer do the talking, folks. That is the way things need to go down. So, with that being said, again, just wrapping up, take your guns to the bank if you want to. It is not against the law in Oklahoma to do so, because under the Oklahoma Self-Defense Act, there are a list of statutorily prohibited locations. These are places you absolutely cannot take a gun. It is a crime to do so, and a bank is not one of those places. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. I hope that people find that helpful, and that's it. OTAP out.